And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. And let's throw the Coastal Empire in there, too. I always mess that up. But once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live. Where else? But at Coach's Corner. But not on the Soundgarden stage. I'm on the TeePee Pavilion. That's right. Every year, Braves make the playoffs. The man himself, John Henderson and the crew, sets up the TeePee Pavilion. The TeePee's off to my left, your right. I mean, let me see if I can get up here without causing myself to fall. Yeah, I mean, John Henderson's up here. You just want to spin the camera and show him the TeePee where it is. You just pick it up and show it. There it is, people. I'm on top of the world. Come by, honk your horn. If you're listening, we'll do like the man himself, the Bill Shanks show, on here every day at 3 to 7. Big Braves guy, big Georgia guy, local guy, perfect. And beep your horn. I'll say beep your horn 2 times for me, okay? I know Bill Shanks did 4. Do twice for me, but it's great to be up here. It's great to be part of this. It's been going on since 1991. They got the pennants for every year that this is going on here. I mean, you got the Tomahawk chop is refurbished, revamped, working great. I got the TV behind me. I know I don't have my favorite 9 75-inch TVs behind me with the big Coach's logo. Hey, little fireworks while it's going on too. So got a little dark here for some reason. There we go. I guess because the sun's underneath the cloud. But anyway, it's a lot of fun to be here, and I'm glad you could join me. And like I said, every week since April of 2020, John has let me do my show from out back. I know he likes me to go inside when it's 19 degrees outside or it's 120 degrees outside. But you know what? The Soundgarden, the stage is my home. I won't sing for you, but I'll be there. Last night, another great concert, Night Train. They got another one coming up. I think there's one coming up the 21st. Okay. Yep. Who is it? Jason and Jared. And, of course, we have the 27th. We have a double feature, right? Departure and Back in Black. I mean, if you want to get 2 great tribute bands, Coach's Corner, that's the place to be. Yep. AC/DC. That's my era. I'm a little older than you, but, I know. So just a great atmosphere here at Coach's Corner. Remember, we have 4 shows. Yours truly every Saturday morning, 9 to whenever. I know the boss man, Lawrence Bennett, who's supposed to come up and check out what we're doing up here. Hold it. We do have a comment. You have a comment. You're watching. Put it in the comment box. Speaking of the devil, Lawrence Bennett. Good morning, Lawrence. Remember, if I mess up anything, make sure you send me the information, what I need to change. But once again, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for being a part of the show and let me do this every week and help me out when it comes to all the technical difficulties I might have. But once again, you got a comment, jump on. You want to give me your thoughts about Georgia, Kentucky tonight. You want to give me your thoughts about the Braves against the Phillies. Going to be a tough series. I'll get to that later on. So jump in. So once again, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report here every Saturday morning. And then, of course, every Wednesday night, the OG, Lawrence Bennett, the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin' with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, 6 to 7 o'clock out on the Soundgarden stage. He'll probably come up here this week. Come check it out. Hey, Bert Davis checking in. Good morning, Bert Davis. Nice for you to watch. Appreciate you tuning in. If you drive by, give me 2 honks so I know it's you. All right? So give me a comment. Jump right in. All right? So Wednesday nights, 6 to 7 o'clock, the Rubbin' and Grubbin' show, the original show on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Check it out. Go to YouTube. Subscribe to their page, to my page, and I'd love to get followers, and so would Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Then we have once a year the Herb brothers. First week in April, the Masters, the 19th hole. 5 straight days these guys go at it. They're brothers. Herb and Brent Herb and Sean Herb go at it for 5 straight days. You got to love it. Check it out. You can watch last year's show, but they only do that once a year. And then, of course, one podcast, the Who's on First Base baseball podcast with Karl DeMasi, the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson. We did our show last week, Monday. I know I was 1 out of 3. I was 1 out of 4. I only had 1 team right. Kyle was 2 out of 4. You know what? I thought Toronto would be better. The Young Guns didn't pull it off. And who else did I have? The Diamondbacks. I didn't think the Diamondbacks would win. So, you know what? It comes down to pitching. You have the pitching, you win, okay? And Brent Davis, I do too. Bert Davis, I do hope the Braves win too. I mean, of course, I grew up a Yankees fan. Been living here for almost 30 years. I'm a Braves fan now. I'm rooting for the Braves also. So give me a comment. Tell me what you think the Braves are going to do. Are they going to win it in 3 straight? They're going to win it in 4 out of 5? Or is it going to go 5 games? Let me know. All right. Whoops. So we'll go from there. All right. Guest today. I'm going to start with the local news and whatever I can recap in about 5 minutes. Okay, local sports news, high school football, and so on and so forth. And then I got the big guy, Frank Sulkowski, at 9:15. Georgia Southern football, 4-1 start, 1-0 in the Sun Belt. He's the man on the sidelines. And, of course, he's going to talk a little high school football. Then at 9:30, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic of the week from New Hampstead High School, RaShawn Truell. This kid was unbelievable against BC, threw for over 500 yards. Last night, he probably threw for over 400 yards against Southeast Bullock. Excited to meet this young kid, quarterback junior at New Hampstead. Plays for a great coach, Kyle Hockman. So that'll be our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic about Athlete of the Week about 9:30. And let's talk a little girls softball. They're on a roll. The coach has over 400 wins. We're going to talk to the head coach from Effingham County High School, the Lady Rebel softball team, Brad Thompson. So I'm excited about that, and then we'll close it out. All right? So quickly, I take 3 steps in the door. Step 1, high school sports, high school football, Thursday night. Hornets all over Liberty County. Savannah Country Day Hornets, 38, Liberty County 14. In Class 7A, Region 1, Richmond Hill, down in Camden County, had the lead. I was hoping they would pull this off. Matt Lazat does a great job. Lost to the other wild, Camden County, Jeff Hearn, the legendary Jeff Hearn, who I got to coach against way back when I was at Groves. They came and beat Richmond 35-33. All right, 6A, Effingham County holds on, beats Grovetown 35-32. They're in first place. They're 3-0 in region play. Started out 1-3 in non-region. Now they've won 3 straight. Okay. Then, of course, Glen Academy. South Effingham travels down to Glen Academy between the bricks. Beautiful stadium, refurbished. AstroTurf. Well, turf, not AstroTurf anymore. They beat South Effingham 35-0. In Region 3A, in Class 6A, slow down, Coach. Class 6A, Region 3, Coffee County beats Bradwell 62-6. Ware County all over Jenkins 56-0. You can read Jeff Muller's story for the Prep Sports Sportsreport.com. Disappointing loss, according to Tony Welch. Check it out. Great article. Then in Class 4A, Region 3, Benedictine jumped out on Burke County. Wound up winning 38-30. They held on. Cadets, undefeated. Number 1 team in state. Burke County was number 5. It looked like Burke County couldn't play with them, but, Burke County back in. New Hampstead, not all over Southeast Bullock, but put up another 50 points against Southeast Bullock, 50-34. In Class 3A, Region 3, Long County beats Beach 58-29. 58-29, it's over 82 points. 87 points. All right. Calvary, 60-0 over Groves. Savannah Christian, 42-6 over Johnson. In 1A, Bryan County jumped out to a 21-7 lead on Metter. They wound up winning 21-20. Redskins, go, baby. Class 1A, Division 1. All right, and Claxton beat Savannah High 21-0. In Skeeza, okay, AA Region 1. Check it out. Nathan Dominance, writing for the Prep Sports Report. Bethesda comes back and beats Carleton Prep 46-14. Bethesda has never trailed in a game before. They were trailing to Carleton Prep, the Hawks. But they come back. They're undefeated. Antoine Turner's got those kids rolling. All right. In Giza, okay, Giza Single A Region 2, Pinewood Christian 43, Memorial Day 27. It was 30-7 at one point. So a little respectable there for the Road Warriors, the Matadors and Jaha Taylor's team. And in GIA, Class 4/3A, District 2, St. Andrews comes back and beats Trinity Christian 42-0 after a tough loss last week to Robert Toombs Christian Academy, okay? We're just going to do high school sports here. We got a couple of comments rolling in here. All right, first of all, the man himself, Bert Davis, we got. Bert Davis hoping the Braves will win. And Brent Turb, there we go. Coach is clicking too many buttons. The man from the 19th hole with his brother Short Herb. Does a great job. Love you, brother. Thanks for checking in. So we'll go from there. All right, we're looking at time check here. We're looking at 9:10. So as far as what happened with Georgia High School this week, name, image, likeness for our high school athletes now. 30 states have that. Just like the college, 30 states have that. I don't know where it's going to go with that. And then quietly, under the NIL deal from Georgia High School State Association, we are going to have now in Class 3A, Class 2A, Class 1A, we're going to have private and public school champions. They're going to play together in a roundabout quick way. They're going to play together in regions during the season. Then they're going to come up with a PowerPoint system or a power rating, which they don't have yet. And they're going to put the privates in their own playoffs. They're going to put the publics in their own playoffs. Keep on beeping. Someone heard me. 2 honks. Hey, if you listen to the coach, give me 2 honks. Okay? So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And where anybody's going to go, we don't know, people, until they get the final student enrollment account, student enrollment figures, or how many kids are in each school. They call it FTE. Okay? So just crazy. All right? I'll wrap it up. Got to give the girls some love in softball. Okay, Class 7A, Richmond Hill, 22-8. Okay, sorry, volleyball. I'm starting off with volleyball. Richmond Hill is 22-8, 4-0 in region play. They're ranked 9th in 7A. In Class 3A, Savannah Christian, 28-3. They're 7-0 in region play. They basically clinched the area to host it, all right, the other day when they beat Savannah Country Day. St. Vincent's is number 9 at 24-11-1. In Class 2A, the Arts Academy, 28-7, 7-0. Class 1A, Woodville Tompkins, 13-8, 6-2. They're ranked 7th. Savannah High, 19-2. They're 6-2. They're ranked 8th. Okay. Blue Jackets playing some mean volleyball with the Wolverines. All right. And softball, Class 6A, South Effingham is 6. Effingham is 10. They split. They still got, I think, one more game to go. But South Effingham 23-4, Effingham 21-4. We'll get more details from Coach Thompson at about 9:45. In football, we know Benedictine's number 1. Class 3A, Calvary's number 2, Savannah Christian's number 3. Savannah Christian's number 6. We'll go from there. All right, next guest is waiting. I know he's a busy man. He's off this week. He's not going to go hang out in the pretty little stadium in the world, as Russell coined it. Georgia Southern. He is the Georgia Southern man. We're going to get his input on Georgia Southern, Georgia, and some high school football. Up next, the big guy, my cousin, my twin. Some people think he's my son. Okay, that's of course from WJCL, the big guy, Frank Sulkowski. All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes. I know you're probably saying, Coach, we see the same commercials over and over again. I changed some of them. Hopefully you'll like it, but I need a little break here to set up my next guest. So in about 3 minutes, I'll be back with the big guy, Frank Sulkowski from WJCL, the anchor man, the anchor man. Now, no more sports director. He's an anchor man. But you know what? Don't tell anybody. He still loves sports. Okay? He's up next. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. Maybe even the Low Country if they're listening to me wherever they are. Okay, I love it. Look at me. I'm on the TeePee Pavilion, the coach's corner. Tradition of putting up the TeePee when the Braves make the playoffs. This has been going on with John Hedison and Coach's Corner since 1991. And my next guest took a little bath, I don't know, 2 years ago. He jumped in the hot tub. He was part of the show, but he's always been a part of the show. I can't believe this young guy, he's still young, has been around here since 2006, okay? He's made this his home. He loves Savannah, Georgia. He loves Effingham County, Bryan County, Hilton, you name it. He'll go anywhere. He'll even go out there in hurricane season to protect us, but he does a great job, and I do miss him on Friday nights. But, you know, Amy and Preston are doing a great job. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, not in the hot tub, the man himself from WJCL. I don't know how he does it. The 4:30 anchor for WJCL's morning show. He'll give us the right name, Frank Sulkowski. What's up, big guy?
Morning, Coach. How are you?
Hey, it's a Saturday morning. You know me. I'm talking sports. What else is there? Well, you can throw a little food up here, too. So, but once again, I got to get a deal with John because I know Wednesday night shows, Rubbin' and Grubbin', they talk about the rubbing of race cars and the grubbing food. I got to see if I can do that. But once again, it's great to have you on. I know you got a weekend off, even though you got probably a honey-do list and you got those 3 ladies at home that you got to take care of. But once again, glad to see you in Georgia Southern, 4-1, 1-0, buddy. I mean,
yeah.
How they performed though? What's the atmosphere over there?
I tell you what, there's a lot of excitement right now in Statesboro. You said it, 4-1. They opened up Sun Belt Conference play with a big win over Coastal Carolina the other day. Not only that, they did it in front of a record crowd there at Paulson Stadium. That they called for the students, they called for the fans to come out, and they did. They set an attendance record the last time out. Now they get some well-deserved rest. They're off this weekend, and then next weekend they're headed up to Virginia to take on James Madison. And this game's huge. You got Georgia Southern's 4-1. James Madison is 5-0. So the second game out the gate in conference play is against one of the strongest teams, who of course just recently joined the Sun Belt Conference. So James Madison's in year 2 of their transition. So James Madison's not eligible to win the conference championship or play in the conference championship game or play in a bowl game. That's part of that NCAA transition. Everybody goes through it. Georgia Southern did it. Remember, when Georgia Southern won the Sun Belt Conference title, when they first entered, they weren't able to go to a bowl game. But then they had just one, they didn't have a championship game either at that point. So it changes. But yeah, Georgia Southern 4-1. They're feeling good. Their only setback was that 35-14 loss against Wisconsin up in Madison. And let's be honest. You don't want to say ifs and buts. Georgia Southern had 6 turnovers in that game.
Yes.
If they even commit half those turnovers, that may have been still a win. At one point in the game, Georgia Southern had 4 turnovers in the third quarter, and they led by 7 on the road against Wisconsin. So just one of those rough days that you don't want to have too many of. But they were able to bounce back and get a couple good wins, and here they are, 4-1. They knocked off Coastal Carolina, a team that had beaten them 3 straight years, so they got over that hump. Now they get ready for James Madison, and they get locked in after this off week to make that run. And they got a tough road to go. You talk about their road games. They're at James Madison. They have to go play at Marshall. They have to go play at Appalachian State. They have to make a trip out to Texas State. So they have some tough road games during this part of the season. So it's going to be, if they're going to play in the conference championship, they're definitely going to earn it this year. There's no doubt.
And you got to love it. You're going, you're going on road trips with your crew. You love these guys. Terry Harvin, he's the best. I mean, I got to get him back on because he never turns me down. But you got to have a lot of fun doing this, buddy.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, this, especially since I've taken the move and I'm doing the morning show now, I don't get my fill as of much sports as I used to. I don't think I'll ever be able to get as much as I used to. It still gives you some of that fulfillment. I still get to cover some high school football too, especially when Georgia Southern's at home. If Georgia Southern is playing a home game, usually I'm taking my daughter out to the Effingham game or the South game, and she goes and does her thing, and then I shoot highlights because I don't know how to go to a sporting event and just be a fan. I don't know how to do that, and that's one of the things where, this morning show is still giving me some freedom to be able to do some of the things that's my passion and my love. And my other passion and love is telling stories and really spotlighting the things here in our area, right here in Savannah, and Effingham, Bryan, Hilton Head. And the morning shows give me a chance to do that and reach maybe a segment that didn't get to see me, and I didn't get to see them as much when I was doing sports at night. I mean, it's been a complete flip when it comes to schedule wise. I mean, I used to be up at night, not go to bed until 2:00 in the morning. Now I'm waking up at 2 a.m, and I'm taking naps at noon and going to bed at 8. So it's a little different, but it has been what I was hoping. Eat dinner with my family every night. I've spent so many years covering everybody else's kids. Now I'm getting to be there for my kids' events and everything else. So it's been a win-win, and I that cliche, but it really has.
I mean, that's why I gave up the job at Gross High School, because I wanted to spend time and see my kids play sports. I've been coaching everybody else's kids, and the one that I feel mostly bad about is my daughter, because I didn't get to many Hug games. So
Yeah.
you got family, and the family is going to be your whole life. So it was a good choice. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to, watching, wherever you may be on the worldwide internets, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from the Coach's Corner TeePee Pavilion. I'm not on the Soundgarden stage. I'm up here hanging out with the TeePee. So I can't complain. Early in the morning. And you got some fond memories up here, jumping into a hot tub, I remember, right?
Yeah, I've known John Henderson and that crew for a long time, and Coach's Corner is it's one of those things that Savannah is so well known of, even though they're there in Thunderbolt. Everybody knows Coach's Corner. They know where it's at, and they know that if you're going to go watch sporting events in Savannah, and if you're going to go out and you're looking for a nice place to hang out, it's Coach's Corner. And you talk about all the things they've added over the years with the Soundgarden there, just continues to get bigger and better. And then with the TeePee, of course, once that went up, we've seen how that thing has grown as well, to the point where they were putting hot tubs up in there and big screen TVs and yeah, so a couple of years ago when we were up there, and I was doing my live reports from up there, and they said, "You're going to go in the hot tub if we win." You said, "Dang!" I said, "Dang straight where I'm going to do it. I want the full deal." We were popping champagne and everything in there, so it's one of those things that I will always remember. It's probably one of the highlights of my career, and people saying, jumping in fully clothed into a hot tub and top of a TeePee on victory drives. Yeah, you just said it. That's something you don't forget. That's a lot of things going on in that. So it was definitely a fun night.
The best is you didn't have a turnover. You didn't drop the camera in the hot tub either.
Didn't drop the camera, and I remembered to take my cell phone out of my pocket and my car keys as well. So everything worked when I left. Now, I will tell you this. at 2:00 in the morning after the celebration was done, that was a long, wet drive home. I didn't have a change of clothes. So if we do this again, if we meet again, in the postseason and a championship's on the line, I'm definitely bringing a towel and a change of clothes.
All right, quickly now. I mean, you could tell me you like doing all this morning stuff. I know you love being with the family, but you still got your eye on high school sports. So far, the 2023 season, okay, which schools have stood out the most in your mind emerged, and which players? My next guest, the kid I think has thrown for over 900 yards in two games, and that's RaShawn Truell from New Hampstead. What about you? What's been sticking out the most in your world since you've been doing this since 2006 here?
Well, I tell you what, it's some things never change. Benedictine is once again the cream of the crop. Now it's been interesting to see how they've been challenged the past 2 weeks, right there with New Hampstead last week, and then last night on the road up in Burke County. That was a story of two halves where BC jumped out to a big halftime lead and Burke County closed the gap. So that was definitely one that's been, opened my eyes. So one of the ones that I've been very impressed with is how Bryan County has bounced back. I think what I've seen out of the Redskins and how competitive and how much winning is being done there in Pembroke, that is very impressive because let's remember just a couple years ago, Bryan County had reached a point where they were struggling to get a win. Now they're putting in and they're fighting in every single contest. I've been very impressed with what the Redskins are doing there. I've been really impressed with the way Effingham County coach John Ford and company have bounced back after a kind of a so-so season. Now, again, he was one of those ones. He put the toughest games up front. He played Burke County and lost. He played Richmond Hill and lost. He also had a surprise loss against Southeast Bullock. But he's rallied back, and now they're on a little winning streak. And I said it last week that it was one of the most impressive games I had seen, especially first halves. What they did to Glen Academy last week out at the Palace in the Pines was one of the most impressive halves of football I'd seen, where they were up 35-3. I was floored by that, and they just have a lot of young talent out there, and I think Effingham County is on the cusp of once again of making a postseason run. Now we just got to get them over the hump to win a postseason game and advance a little bit further. I like what I've seen out of Bethesda, but again, that's really no surprise as long as you got Antoine Turner in the mix over there, molding those young men, and now they're playing really well as well. Calvary is a juggernaut, and that's what's so cool about this year, to have, two schools, Calvary and Benedictine, separated by just a mile or two, and you have two of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. That's a story. And that's, when we started back here, Coach, back in 2000s, that was something we didn't see. We didn't have these 4- and 5-star guys. Now we got them all over the place, and Savannah has become a hotbed, a hub for high school talent, and it is great because guess what? It's always been here. And I'm not just talking about football. I'm talking about all sports as well. We're seeing it with the softball during the fall too. Volleyball, we're seeing it now as well. We even got those runners that are going on to the next level. They're cross-country runners going on. So it's a fantastic time for the high school sports. And then on top of that, you have college. Oh, you also have NFL. They say it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's starting to feel like fall, and it is indeed a wonderful time.
All right, quickly now, I got you. It's a 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
And you've been around the sports a long time like I have. Okay, I roam the sidelines with a whistle and a hat. You roam the sidelines with your camera, but you still were a coach, if you ask me. And name, image, likeness, and now just the private schools are going to play a private school championship in 3A, 2A, 1A, public schools 3A, 2A, 1A. Quickly, give me a synopsis. Clock starts now. 2 minutes, go.
Well, this is going to be a really easy and simple one. I think it has to be done to protect on the back end when it comes to the NIL. We're seeing it in the college sports, and I think it's one of those things where it's here now, so you better prepare for it. It's in the college level. It's going to trickle down to high school. There are going to be those student athletes who are going to be approached, and they're going to want to be used on a billboard or on the cover of a magazine, or they're going to be used, at a restaurant or whatever else. High school, I don't think it's as much because to me, I think it's just like a part-time job, really,
Right.
foremost. You've seen it, and when you live in a smaller town, you see it. Johnny, who's the high school quarterback, he works down at the Dairy Queen. We're going to see him anyway. Is he getting paid anything extra to work at the Dairy Queen and bring in customers? No, all those girls, they want to see quarterback Johnny, who's making blizzards down there at the Dairy Queen, but he's not making any money for it. Now he can get a little kickback for it. And again, troubles will come. I mean, we're starting to see it in the college level, and we're starting to see the extremes. The bigger schools, the bigger schools and bigger markets, they're going to have more money. So that's always going to be the problem. But that's always going to be the problem, and that's the problem when you live in a smaller place anyway. So there's going to be things and hurdles we're going to have to come through. The private school championships, listen, my philosophy has always been, public, private, put them all together, size, win. If you don't like the way it's working, if you don't like the private schools for whatever reason, beat us. That's always been my philosophy. Do I think more championship games is the answer? No. But again, that's something I've been dealing with for as long as I've been around Georgia as a student here, as somebody who's working. Everybody feels like they can't compete. I think NIL kind of levels the playing field for everybody. So I don't know why we would have championships, multiple championships now anyway, where everybody has the same advantage when it comes to NIL. That's me.
All right. I know you got a lot on tap this week. Hey, I agree with you on both, okay? 29 other states already have the NIL agreement with high school students. We're the 30th. We live in an age where if you don't get a trophy, we got to go stomp our feet and make something happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like you. And take it from a coach. If I'm playing Benedictine and I'm coaching a public school here, it's my job to get my kids prepared to stop that school. No, they got less kids than I do, but that's the problem. Everybody's got to get a trophy. Everybody's got to get a ring. Go back to the old-fashioned way. In New York, quickly, 1995, we had private school league. We called it the parochial school league, and we had the public school league. They both played their championships, but the following week, they got together, and we had the Federation Cup, and we crowned one state champion. Maybe Georgia needs to do that too. So we'll see what happens with that.
And it goes back to the old philosophy. And again, we're from a little different generation, but I know there are coaches still out there and parents that are out there and feel that same way. And I don't know as much as the student athletes, but guess what? That team across from you, they put on their pants and their pads the same way you do. So, this is always going to be not just high school sports, but everything in life. There's always going to be someone who has more advantages than you or who has been given more than you. But that doesn't mean you just stop existing and stop working, stop achieving, and stop doing things. So you go out there and get it. But I think this year, with the way NIL is now, I think the playing field has been leveled. And so I don't think it's as much of an advantage as some people like to believe it is, because who's to stop a school, a public school from going out and loading up with all the talent? And you know what? Their NIL is an airport, and they fly the kids in every week to play, to go to school and play games. And that's a real possibility.
Oh, there's going to be everybody circumventing the system. So, but anyway, I appreciate it on a Saturday morning. You coming out and doing this out there in the lovely neck of your woods out there in Effingham. And once again, like I say, big guy, miss you on Friday nights, but I know you got another calling. You got a family. You do a great job on, and I get to watch you in the morning too now. So I'm a bit up as early as you are. Appreciate it.
All right, we appreciate you. Yeah, every weekday morning we start at 4:30 in the morning. Join me, Emma Hamilton and Jonathan Myers with the weather. I tell you what, this is my team now in the morning, and there are some young and talented folks that we have coming through the pipeline. We have fun in the morning. We inform, we educate, we entertain. So it's a good time in the mornings. Join us.
You got it. Appreciate it, big guy.
All right, Coach.
Have a good Saturday.
You too, brother.
I mean, what can I tell you? He's been around here since 2000. He was here before 2006. He worked over with the legendary Rick Snow, got the sports director job at WJCL. He got to cover me for a couple of years. So it's a lot of fun. And, he's just a great guy, and he knows his sports here in Savannah, Georgia. Now he's the news guy in the morning. All right, I got to apologize to my next guest who's waiting RaShawn Truell. He's been waiting patiently, but anytime I get with the big guy, we always run over. So we're going to have to bring back, or it would not, we're going to have to, we are bringing back this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from New Hampstead High School, okay, RaShawn Truell, okay? And he had another big night last night, which we'll talk about. Once again, I'll be back in about 3.5 minutes. Got to thank the people who sponsor the show. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I promise, RaShawn. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here, live on the Coach's Corner TeePee Pavilion. That's what I'm calling it. It's been here for a long time. It comes up every time the Braves win the championship. John Henderson gets his crew, and they put this up, and it's a great tradition. And, you know, I know the hot tub was 2-3 years ago. I don't know if the man can do that this year. I mean, he'll find a way, though. But anyway, thank you for joining me. It's all about our local sports, national sports that revolve around Savannah, Georgia. And this is a favorite part of my show, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man against Benedictine in a loss, okay, was 25 of 42 in passing. He set a school record with 533 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and there was an interception. But he also, last night, probably had 400 yards. The night after a game, it's tough to get the stats. And he had another big night against Southeast Bullock. New Hampshire won like 50 to 34. Another exciting game. I got to watch it on TV. I mean, the kid is good. And he's only a junior. Okay, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from New Hampstead High School, the Phoenix, junior quarterback RaShawn Truell. Good morning, RaShawn. How's it going?
Good morning. How's it going, man?
Hey, it's Saturday morning. I get to talk to kids like you. I get to talk about local sports. Hey, what more do I want? But, pretty impressive last weekend and last night. And congratulations again for being this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
So, all right. So you followed some top quarterbacks there at New Hampstead. It's your job now. How does it feel to be the man running that offense for Coach Hockman?
It's pretty fun, man. He has a lot of knowledge and he helps me a lot. And we have a great team coming back from last year, a lot of seniors, and we just trying to keep the team on a head still and trying to make a deep push in the playoffs that we never had a chance to do.
Going the right way, definitely. Coach Hockman, legendary coach here in the state of Georgia. He's doing a great job with you guys and what's going on over there. Last night, okay, I couldn't get the stats. Did you get any stats yet? How you did?
Yeah. I went 22 for 29 with 328 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Wow. That's close to 900 yards in 2 games. Pretty impressive. So 22 out of 29, 4 more touchdowns, three touchdowns and 328 yards.
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, another 4. So that's 8 in 2 games. So I do apologize. We don't get this stuff like we used to. I mean, the newspaper used to have all the games. They used to have all the stats, but we live in a different world now. And Dennis Knight at Savannah Morning News does a great job, but he's a one-man show. Yeah. All right. So 2 big games back-to-back, okay? 2 region games. Describe the emotions and the atmosphere of playing in that Benedictine game, which was homecoming, and playing you, there was that playoff atmosphere. What was that all like?
Well, it was crazy to start at the beginning of the game. Their stands were packed, our stands were packed, and we knew coming into the game that it was going to be loud, so we had to be ready for all that. So penalties and stuff like that, I had to make sure it was out the window. But coming to that game, I knew that I had to perform, and our team had to perform like the best we could. Like, because BC has a great team, and which we came in and we gave them a fight. So that's what I took.
When you saw those Madden-like numbers, 25 of 42, 533 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's unbelievable, remarkable. What was going through your mind during that game, during crucial moments? I know you weren't thinking about stats, but you were hot.
Yeah. Well, I knew going into the half that I threw pretty well in the first half. I didn't know what exactly was the number, but I knew I threw pretty good in the first half. And then we came out second half, and I think I had like 2 50-yard plus touchdowns. So I knew off the bat that I was going close towards that end. But even after the game, I never thought it was anywhere near the 500s. But
well, breaking that record for passing is significant. Did you have any idea you were on pace to do that, or who held the record that you broke?
Rainey Jarrell. He's the quarterback for New Hampstead. I think 3 years ago, he said it with 392 yards against Wayne County.
Nice. And I know I didn't put this on the list of questions for you, but you got to give a shout out. You got to throw some love to those wide receivers. Lannon and Hampton?
Yeah.
Tell us about your teammates.
Jalen Hampton, he's a senior. He's right now verbally committed to Western Kentucky. The kid is a dog. He makes a lot of big plays, and he makes me look good a lot. Malachi London, deep ball threat, just a great receiver. He's smart, knows where to be, and he's another one that he's not committed to any school yet, but I think after the season he would definitely pick up some recruitment. Kamari Maxwell, he's a very, very, very underrated piece of our offense. He does a lot for us. He plays punt returner, kick returner, running back, receiver. He's kind of like a gadget guy we could use wherever we want him. And he's also a dog. I think right now he almost hit the season almost 1,000 yards all-purpose right now.
Wow.
So I think with those guys, we got to just keep giving them the ball the easiest way possible. Let them do their job. I'm just a person throwing it to them. That's it.
Yeah, well, they catch it, you throw it, but those 5 guys in front of you got to get some credit there too.
Yeah.
Because I'm old ball coach. If you don't win the battle in trenches, you can't do what you're doing there.
Yeah, and I love my front five. I love my front five. Can never do anything without them. We communicate a lot. You have certain things that we have to fix and stuff like that. But it's most definitely, and they're all senior O-line. They all came back from last year, so I have a lot of faith in those guys, and I believe that they got my best hand and heart. So.
And if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the internet. On Coach's Corner's Facebook, Karl DeMasi's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, we're all over it. And we're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week, of course, with New Hampstead's unbelievable quarterback, RaShawn Truell, having a great season and did a great job against BC. Great job last night against Southeast Bullock. All right, so you talked about Hampton, you talked about Lonnon, you talked about Maxwell. Have you guys done anything special to make that chemistry work so unbelievable this year?
Yeah, extra receiver from New Hampstead, Ivory Nelson. He was kind of close with Hampton his freshman year, and after he heard that Maxwell London came over to New Hampstead, our freshman year or whatever, this year we worked out with him like a lot this summer, and because he's a good route runner, and all of them knew that they had to improve like their route running and being a good receiver. So we used to go on like I say 3 or 4 times a week, just throwing, doing drill work, and it just helped with timing and stuff like that. So during the game, we always had that time where we might check a play, and I know what they're thinking. They know what I'm thinking because we don't work this so much. So that really helped us a lot. Even with Jalen, he was already a good receiver. He helped improve his game, just like Malachi helped improve his game and one up himself and being better receiver.
Nice. All right, so 4 touchdowns against Benedictine, 4 touchdowns last night against Southeast Bullock. I haven't got a chance to watch the BC game, but last night Lonnon made an unbelievable catch and took it to the house. Yes. Out of those 8 touchdowns, which one stands out the most for you? What's the most memorable one for you?
The most memorable one was it was a deep post to London BC game. I think in the third quarter. The thing that just so special about that throw, because like in the moment of the game, we were kind of like moving the ball a little bit, but we haven't got anything going yet. And I told Coach at halftime that I think Malachi could beat their DBD, and then he trusted me. He called the play, and then it worked out, and it gave us a lot of momentum.
I mean, my personal opinion is you guys are on the field, and when I was the head coach, offense coordinator at 2 or 3 different high schools, if the kid came to me and said, "Coach, I could beat this guy. I could do this to this guy," I'm going to listen to you. And I'm glad Coach Hockman does that. So, and you're talking about Coach Hockman. How has the coaching staff prepared you to be this starter for the Phoenix? I mean, how's your journey been going to this point when you played behind? Now I forget his name from last year.
Paulie Sealy.
Paulie Sealy, and who's over at Wake Forest now. How did they prepare you for this? And tell us a little about your coaching staff.
The coaching staff, this part of the best coaches that we had at New Hampstead, as far as knowledge and knowing how to prepare their kids. But BC game, I give a lot to the coaching staff and our offense, Coach Hotman, my quarterback coach, Austin Sapp, Coach Tank Bonai, the O-line coach. Like, they prepared us well, and the game plan that we went with, as long as we just follow our game plan, it just showed that we can do what we had to do, because the game plan worked all day. And that's really what it was. It wasn't really me making great plays. They just put me in a great spot to make the right play, and I just executed the right play.
All right, 2 more questions. The other guest is waiting. Okay, interceptions are part of the game. Did you throw any last night?
No interceptions.
Okay, so you had 1 interception against BC. I think they took it to the house. How do you maintain your composure after something like that? Something happens to you. How do you bounce back from that turnover?
Playing quarterback, you gotta have a very short mind, like very short, quick. Like you got to get things off your mind quick. You can make a great play, but it's the next play. You got to worry about the next play. And even though the pass, it was in London chest. He dropped it and he took it to the crib. Like the DB took it to the crib. But after the play, I went up to London. I'm like, I'm gonna keep coming to you. I want all my receivers to know, like, it happens. Drops happen. It just happened to happen that way. But it's only 7-0 in the first quarter. Like, we got a whole game to go. And I think that proved him, because second half he had a great half. So I think just keeping your head and then keep playing, like anything can happen. So there's no point of dwelling off one interception. It's a part of the game.
Right. So you lost to BC. You got Southeast Bullock. You got the tiebreaker over them. You still got to go with Wayne, Burke, and Islands. Okay. Yeah. Looking ahead, what does the season look for you, and what goals and expectations do you have for you and your teammates?
Well, hopefully, I think that we can beat Burke, Wayne, and Islands, of course. Making a deep playoff run for sure with the team that we have, and we show that we can compete with BC. If we can compete with BC, the like supposed to be the best team in our region, then we can definitely compete with anybody else. So I think us just keeping our head strong and just work on every single week. Just worry about that week and worry about winning that week.
Well, RaShawn, you're doing a great job. Any plans in the future? You got anybody looking at you yet? Talking to you about college?
I've talked to a couple schools. None of them have offered me, of course, but there's been a couple schools: Coastal Carolina, Army, West Point, Wake Forest, University of Central Florida. They have all reached out to me, but none have offered me yet.
Well, you're only a junior, and I think they can't do that until the end of the year. So believe me, you're going to get some offers. But great season so far. Keep it up. You guys got a shot at the playoffs, and keep on throwing that ball around because I love a quarterback can do that. And maybe they'll let you run a little more.
Yes, sir.
Great job. Congratulations. That's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. I'll see you on the sideline at one of these games.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate you coming on. Great job. Good luck, RaShawn.
Thank you, Coach.
Now, there's a kid that's got a head on his shoulder. There's a kid that pumps up his teammates when things goes wrong. There's a kid that believes in his coaching staff. And that's why New Hampstead is doing so well, because the coaching staff instills this in these young men. And I'll tell you right now, they're off to a great start. They had people's heads turned. When you can throw over 500 yards against BC, people are noticing you. So once again, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from New Hampstead High School, the Phoenix. And that was only a junior, RaShawn Truell, and then he throws for over 300 yards last night. All right, I know this next guy's been waiting. I'm sorry that I'm behind schedule here, but we're going to talk to the head coach out at Effingham County High School. That's right, the new softball coach. Well, this is his second year, but he's been doing this for a long time, and I can't wait to talk to him. That's Brad Thompson from Effingham County High School. He's my next guest. Hey, they're in a dog race for the region championships with no other than their arch rival. So we got the Palace and the Pines, Effingham County, going against the Mustangs over there in the corral. It's always a lot of fun, no matter what game they play. Next up, Coach Brad Thompson from Effingham County High School. You're listening or watching or hopefully coming on and off the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3.5 minutes, Coach. Got to thank those sponsors. We'll be right back. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game
At
day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps, and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at Coach's Corner on the TeePee Pavilion. That's right, I'm up here, I guess about 20 feet, as high as the roof on Coach's Corner. Usually I'm back in the Sound Garden, and it's fun every Saturday talking about local sports, talking to the local kids, talking to local coaches, and that's what the Karl DeMasi Sports Report is all about. If you like it, go to YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Need all the followers I can get, but no, I do this for fun. I'm not worried about viewers. I'm not worried about who watches, who doesn't watch. You know what? If I can get a little more publicity out there for the kids, the coaches, the schools, that's what it's all about. Check out the prepsportsreport.com website. That's mine also. We're putting up news stories every day. We have 2 good recaps of games last night. Bethesda against Carleton Prep by Nathan Dominance. And, of course, Jenkins against Ware County last night by Jeff Moeller. But anyway, this guy's on a roll. He found his way up from Vidalia into the Palace of the Pines. Okay, first he's out there picking onions in the onion fields. Now he's in the Palace of the Pines with the pine trees. But, I mean, he's been a legendary coach, has over 400 wins, and now he's at the at Effingham County High School. I spent 5 years there. Great place to work, great bunch of people, great bunch of kids. And my principal was Dr. Yancey Ford, but a great guy to work with, and I really enjoyed my experience. But, I mean, like I said, he has over 400 wins. He's been coaching softball for, I think, over 17 years. I mean, is it all about the wins with him? I don't think so. Old baseball coach, that turned to the girls' side of the diamond, has been doing a great job. Effingham County honored him when he won his 400th win last year. So this year, they're off to a phenomenal start. 2 losses, I think, in region play, or he'll let us know with their rival, South Effingham. But joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the head man for the Lady Rebels softball team at Effingham County High School, Brad Thompson. What's up, Coach?
Not much. Thanks for having me.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm running behind schedule, and, I try to keep to it. You know, I'm an old coach, too. Sometimes that schedule gets thrown off. But once again, congratulations. Great job what's going on at Effingham County High School.
Yeah, I've enjoyed my time here so far. As welcoming change coming in from Vidalia, where I spent a lot of years. Just being able to get out and see what else is out there. So Dr. Ford is the superintendent now. I just heard you say he was your principal. What an outstanding guy to work for. Principal and the AD here, just let me come in and kind of take control. And, they're big supporters. So everything's working out good.
Yeah, I'll give you a little secret. When I was coaching the girls' basketball, I was the head coach of the girls' basketball at Effingham County High School. If we beat South Effingham, the man bought us steak dinners. I mean, he actually cooked the steak dinners and had pretty good deal there when you go against South Effingham. But I know he can't do that. He's got to be neutral, right?
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be.
So, but anyway, so tell me why. I mean, you're a Vidalia for what, 15 years?
Yeah. Well, I taught there 21 years and coached about 17. It was just time for a change. And I knew Coach Huntley over here and knew the history of Effingham softball. And I always wanted to coach at a bigger classification. So I just decided to move this way.
All right. So tell me, I've done it too. I made that transition from playing and coaching high school baseball to coaching softball way back when, for me, back in the 80s. But, and the girls, the girls would run through the wall for you. Big difference between the guys. What motivated you to make that change from the baseball to the softball diamond?
Well, just being invited playing high school baseball for Greg James, won the state championship with him. Just watching him and the way he coached, it's just something I knew I always wanted to do. So went to Georgia Southern just to go to school and graduated and come back. And they hired me and I got on Coach James' staff and coached baseball with him a couple of years and won another state championship with him as a coach. And watching how all that played out, it's just, again, knew I wanted to continue doing that. And the softball came open when they transitioned from slow pitch to fast pitch. So I thought it'd be a good time to get on that. I'd been helping with the middle school team and kind of remind me a lot of Little League baseball, which was my favorite time of baseball. I just like it. And you're right. The girls they'll do anything for you. We always say that boys have to play good to feel good and girls have to feel good to play good. And I found that out early. So I don't know, it's just worked. I've had some really hardworking girls, I guess another difference is all of them don't want to go to college to play softball. They just like being a part of something. And at both places, we've just tried to instill pride, and I think it's worked so far.
Now, way back when, high school state champion, come back baseball state champion. Did you ever think you'd get 400 wins in softball?
I didn't. Again, that's just, I've had some good teams. Just been able to extend seasons and postseason play. That's where you get your extra wins from. So it's all a testament to the girls. Their hard work and making long runs to Columbus and playing for state championships there in Vidalia. You can rack up some wins there. But it's been a pleasure.
Now, how about Effingham throwing you out little celebrations when you notched number 400?
Oh yeah, that was good. That was set up by somebody that's very special to me. So somebody set that up and let them know that was coming up, and the girls just kind of, took to that. And I appreciated that honor.
All right, so now you're at Effingham County High School. Give us a shout out about the girls at Effingham County High School. Two of them have already been the Prep Sports Report. John Carr, I got to get this right. The John Carr Seaport Real Estate Softball Players of the Week. Tell us about the girls up there at Effingham.
Oh yeah, we've got a bunch of hardworking young ladies here. Travel ball is really a big part of this community, so they work at it all year long. The two that they've picked for that are just sophomores, so the future's bright for them. Angela Giordano's in the circle, and she's made out of right stuff. I just heard the New Hampstead quarterback call one of his teammates a dog, and I don't know if we call girls that, but she is one on what fits that. She's made out of the right stuff in the circle. She took over where we lost Riley Mills to college last year for graduation. She took over that role in the circle, and her and Ava Wingate have just they're the reason why we're 21-4. So, and then Gracie LaFleur that they also picked. She's a sophomore catcher. She's got the build of a college player as a 10th grader, and she works hard in my weight room. And her play on the field is a testament of that. So it's easy to point to her work ethic there to try to get the other girls on board for the weight training. And up the middle, we've got two juniors, Olivia Morgan and Megan Coleman. They started as freshmen, so they've been through it. They've played a lot of softball games, so we're tough there. That's what we pride ourselves in, is defense. That's our hedgehog. We've scored 186 runs this year and allowed 28. So it's just a testament to our hard work at defense. There are days at practice we don't even bring the bat. So I've learned through experience that we got to defend. You got to defend if you want to win. You can't give them extra outs, and our girls just stick to that. Then our senior that I've nominated her for the All-Star game at Truist Park that I'm going to have the honor of coaching it, actually. So hopefully she'll make that team. And she is a senior. She's got 6 home runs on the year. It's Emma Reynolds. She's committed to USCB to play, and she's a big anchor for us at third base. Hits third, fourth, fifth, wherever we go with her in the lineup. And she's as poised as anybody to play. She gets it done. So looking for good things.
Well, being an old baseball coach, being an old coach, you're only as good as what you have up the middle. And when I made that change from boys baseball to girls softball, it's still the same coach's philosophy. And they're only juniors and sophomores. Coach, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm excited about our future here. I don't ever want to dismiss a season because I feel like each season brings its own things. You play that season for those kids, but as a program and as a coach, you always start looking ahead, in your mind, and especially this time of year, trying to prep the next group to come through. So, it's kind of easy to see that when you've got these underclassmen, people coming through with them. So we're excited about that.
And if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the internets, on Facebook Live, on Coach's Corner Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, on Twitter Live. We're all over the place. And when the show ends, it's up there. Go subscribe to the show. But we're talking to the head softball coach at Effingham County High School, Brad Thompson, and doing a good job. Okay, so I don't know if there's a rivalry I know there's a rivalry with Vidalia, right? Who's your rivalry? Who was your rivalry in Vidalia?
Well, probably Jeff Davis.
And was their softball program as good as the Vidalia one?
Yes. They're just coming off a state championship. We battled for region championships. Of course, Toombs County was a couple miles down the road, but we kind of dominated that series. So, like I tell the girls here, it's not a rivalry. It's the same team always wins. So, we definitely have one down the road here.
So now you have an inter-county rivalry where these kids play softball with each other. They play sports. They're friends with each other. What's this rivalry like for you coming from Vidalia with South Effingham and Effingham?
It's been great. Sometimes I think that the adults care more about it than the kids, what it appears to do. But we were fortunate enough this year to have the first 2 games at home, so our kids really came out and cheered them on. But the stands are packed. Made a lot of money at the concession stand, a lot of money at the gate. But we try not to overplay it with the kids. It's hard to do because they do play against each other, and there's a rival there. But it's one when they leave the field, they're still they play with each other on the weekends when they're playing travel ball. But we try not to make it bigger than it is. We have other goals. Just beating them is not the end all of be all. Through my career, it's like I've told them, I've taken teams to Columbus more times than I have won a region championship. Several region championships under my belt, but I may have lost as many as I've won. But that's not the way softball goes. So
right.
You're trying to finish strong in the end. So,
well, I think
opportunity to be region champion next Wednesday. We got a rubber match. We beat them on a 2-run homer. The first game, they beat us on a 2-run homer. The second game, Kendorski, their girl in the circle, is going to Boston College. She is nothing short of excellent, and I'm looking forward to coaching her too in that All-Star game. So just pick her around the way she coaches.
Wednesday night is the rubber match for the region championship with South Effingham.
6 o'clock there.
It's at the Corral, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, you're doing a great job. There's a little girl that I coached when I was at Effingham. Now she's the head softball coach at Lander. Has she made contact with you, Maddie Evans? That's not a married name.
I haven't heard from her.
So. Wait till I talk to my girl Maddie, how she's not keeping in touch with her old stopping grounds.
Yeah, tell her to contact me.
I mean, she was a typical Effingham County athlete. I mean, the girl would run through walls for you on the basketball court, on the softball field. I mean, they don't make them like that much around. But for some reason, those girls at Effingham, they love their sports. So, all right. So, so far this year or last year, what's been your most memorable moment with the Effingham County program?
Probably clinching in the Super Regional in Alcovey last year, and giving these girls an opportunity to experience Columbus. That's something that every high school athlete needs to experience, and not a lot of them get to. So I was wanting them to have an experience for that, especially how young some of our players were last year. And I knew I'd be counting on them this year. I wanted them to get up there and just sniff it and see the sights and sounds of it and be hungry to come back. And it looks like it's worked so far. So that was a good moment. We all celebrated in the outfield there and made up these little things like we had punched a ticket and give them a lanyard with a ticket in it to Columbus. And the girls were excited just seeing the look on their face and walking into that stadium, the way they present that and have a parade for the players. That's probably the most exciting moment, just allowing them to experience that.
Nice. And you said before, I heard you say you pride yourself on defense. Most kids don't want to play defense. And when you're talking about softball and baseball, all they want to do is the offensive side of the game. How did you get these girls to buy into the defensive side?
Yeah, everybody around here gives hitting lessons. So
yeah, I know.
If people around here had to count on defensive lessons, they'd be skinny and hungry, so they would have no food. So hitting's it, and I just try to give them stats. I just dive into numbers just from Division I softball last year. There's like 290 teams, and only 40 teams hit 300.
Wow,
that's with Oklahoma hitting 372, and then UCLA hitting 352, 20 points lower. And then there's probably 15 teams that were 309 to 300. So it's not like they're all just hammering the softball. TV makes it look like they are, but they're not. They're having thousands at bats and still hitting 300. So it goes back to what we say. There's even in pro baseball, you're a multimillionaire if you're successful 3 out of 10 times. What else can you do in life? Fail 70% of the time and be considered successful. So that's just something we do. I sold them on ground balls and making the easy plays and not trying to do too much and getting an out at a time. It's a pretty easy philosophy. Every time the ball's hit, we want an out, not trying to do extra. And it helps when you got people in the circle that I've had. So, but I hadn't always had these power pitchers and that I have now. So, you just got to make the plays. And a lot of times that's what girls don't do is make the play. So you're running extra bases.
All right. Your region, I see that you two are on top. Grovetown is right up there with you. What's the region like?
So the way I have it figured out is if we can beat South, the winner of the South's game if we beat South on Wednesday, we're the region champs. South has to go play Grovetown on Tuesday, who they've lost to. They've split themselves. So if Grovetown can beat South for us and help us out there, then it comes down to runs allowed because we're all three tied. And we just can't have a terrible day down there in South on Wednesday. But, we're going to win. We're not counting on anybody else's help. I had never had anybody else's help. And, we can't count on that. We control our own destiny. So that's the way we're looking at it. But, the biggest thing is, like I said, it's I tell the girls, you do things in life to make your pathway easier. So by beating them on Wednesday, our path to Columbus just becomes easier. If not, the loser's going to have to go to Houston County and win the series. Good luck.
Yeah, I know. You got to take care of your own business. You can't worry about anybody else doing it. So, all right, last question. You spent a long time. It sounds like you are from Vidalia, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So tell me what it's like between the last 2 years. What's it like the last 2 years at Effingham versus your whole life in Vidalia? What's been the pluses for you coming out to Effingham?
Well, I heard you allude to the onion field, so I haven't had to smell the onions lately. Instead, we get to smell the beach. So we enjoy being close to the beach, and it's just the convenience of going to Pooler and Savannah. And I have a nephew that's a lawyer down in Savannah at the Dozier Law Firm, so I get to spend a lot of time with him. It's just been a good time, and then we became friends with the Camerons while they were in Vidalia, and now he's at Calvary, so we're actually able to visit with them. So I don't know, we just like our time away from work. All those kids in the schools have been amazing to me. It's like, you saw that when you were there. It's like organized chaos up there. We almost need red lights in the schools. So I've enjoyed working with these group of coaches and administration, and it was just, I always thought I'd be in Vidalia, but sometimes change happens, and I've really enjoyed it here.
Yeah, I'll give you a little tidbit. One is Jason Cameron's wife, Brooke. I'm an old guy. I coached her in high school. She was my point guard also. And then, of course,
she as
I was talking about.
fiery then as she is now?
Excuse me?
I said, was she as fiery then as she is now?
It hasn't stopped. No matter how long, it hasn't stopped. And then, of course, Maddie Evans, who I coached up there at Effingham, so it's a small world. But I'm glad you enjoying it. It's a great place to work. If I didn't live out here only 5 miles from the beach and my wife wouldn't move to the country, I might be still there. But it didn't work out that way. But great job.
In a couple of years.
Yeah. Anytime you got a kid that deserves that John Carr Seaport Real Estate Softball Player of the Week, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to get him some ink and get more publicity out there. But great job. And I think I might have to make the trek Wednesday night to check out that game.
Come on. We'll be glad to have you. I do appreciate you. What you said is covering these high school sports. Last thing I just tell the kids, high school softball is the greatest time of their life. They think they want to play college, but college softball's work. This is the best time of their life. So
you got that right. It's going to be a job when they get there.
Yeah, continue doing what you're doing. These kids and coaches deserve the publicity from you. We appreciate what you do.
Thanks, Coach. Look forward to meeting you Wednesday night. I'm definitely going to come up there.
Yeah, go Dogs tonight.
Yeah, you got it. Go Dogs. You got a tough one. All right, quickly now become a football procrastinator pick or whatever you want to call them. Okay, Kentucky.
Don't bet on this.
It's going to be a good game.
It is. I don't know if they can stop our run. They haven't seen anything quite like our running back. So, it's to the point now. What Georgia's done is what a lot of people do. Winning creates a monster in itself, and everybody wants domination. But they put their self in a position just to win their games and win your game. Dominate and win by one. That's our philosophy.
I got you on that one. All right. Thanks, Coach. I mean, out in Vidalia his whole life, makes that switch to Effingham County. And, I think he had like 5. Let me go back to my notes here. I got my notes here. Coach's notes. Where is it? Okay, of course I can't find it. But he's got like 5, 6 region championships. He's been to Columbus. So the guy has a great, great reputation as a great softball coach. And he's just taking that step, that program one step higher. And once again, Wednesday night at the Corral, South Effingham High School, the rubber game, the deciding factor who wins that region conference title. All right, next up, got to wrap it up. 3 steps out the door. First, I got to go back to the first segment where I was supposed to do 3 steps in the door. Never got to the colleges and pro news that I wanted to talk about. And then we'll come back and we'll take a look at my 3 videos for the week. And, of course, Carl's Corner. My editorial, hold it. Time out. They're beeping for me. Hold on. Listen, people. Just, the fans. They love Coach's Corner. I'll be back in 3.5 minutes. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. You got to love it. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game
At
day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And today's show is brought to you by Coach's Corner, the #1 sports establishment here in Savannah, Georgia, for 33 straight years. I'm going to give them the award 33 straight years. There's no other place than Coach's Corner. Thunderbolt, Georgia, 3016 Victory Drive, Thunderbolt, Georgia. Come check it out, Savannah. All right, you're going to love it. I mean, it's not even 10:30, and the smell of the chicken wings. I'm hungry already. Chicken wings, hamburgers, calzones, pizzas, hockey sticks. That's the mozzarella sticks, one of my favorites. I mean, they got so much. You got to check out the menu, and that's it's always exciting to be here. And once again, got to thank John Henderson and the crew for letting me do this since April of 2020. Started out trying to go from place to place. I was hoping the man would come back up here and tell us what he thinks about the Braves and Georgia football, but let's see if he does. John Henderson, he's running around. But got to thank my guests. Okay, kicking off, always the big guy, Frank Sulkowski, never turns me down. Big sportscaster, sports director at WJCL. Now he's the news anchor in the morning at 4:30. Then, of course, Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week from New Hampstead High School. RaShawn Truell, over 900 yards, 8 passes in 2 games against pretty good teams. Kids phenomenal, only a junior. And then, of course, got to thank Coach Brad Thompson from Effingham County High School, the Lady Rebels softball team. The guy's, a legend in softball. So he does a great job up there. Wednesday night at the Corral, the rubber match between Effingham and South Effingham. And I didn't know South Effingham won on a 2-run home run. The last game, the first game, Effingham County won on a 2-run home run. So pretty impressive. All right. I didn't get to finish my 3 steps to the door because it's not enough time. And I've talked to the OG, Lawrence Bennett, about this. Maybe I just got to make that first segment longer. Okay. But I always cut myself short. I got to remember to do that. Old guy, forget some of those things. But as far as step 1, we talked about high school sports. We talked about the football scores from last night. Step 2 is college. Savannah State, right down the road. Volleyball teams, 10-6, 6-5 in the SEAC. They're having a good year. Monday they lost to Talladega College, and they played Benedict College last night. Didn't get a score yet, but they're having a good season over there with the volleyball team. Football, heartbreaker last week. They lost to Edward Waters, 26-25. I mean, they lost when the field goal kicker hit the upright with 13 seconds left to win the game. So today they got a tough one. They're playing the second-place team in the SEAC. They're at Fort Valley State, somewhere down there by Macon. So hopefully they'll come home with a win. Georgia Tech, what's going on with Georgia Tech? They're 2-3. They lost last week to Bowling Green, 38-27. I watched the game. I mean, come on, guys. Tonight, they're going to be in Miami at 8 p.m. Georgia Tech having a little tough going there, okay? Then, of course, Georgia Southern defeats Coastal Carolina 38-28. They got a bye. But the next two games against the first two teams in the Sun Belt, Marshall and James Madison. Georgia State was on a roll. They lost to Troy at home, 28-7. I didn't expect that. They got to do the same thing. They got to bye, but they'll play Marshall and James Madison back-to-back. Don't forget App State's thrown in there. And tonight, come here, 7 o'clock. Okay, we got Kentucky in Athens against Georgia. Georgia last week had to come back to beat Auburn 27-20. Brock Bowers, the man on the spot, I think, pulled him out. So he's just all-world. Had the best receiving game of his career. It's going to be good, 7 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, we got the Braves. We got so much going on. SCAD Soccer, the men's team is 4-4-2 overall, 3-3-1 in the Sun Conference. Okay, today they're at Warner University at 5 p.m. The ladies team, the ladies SCAD team is undefeated. They moved up to number 7, okay, in the NAIA rankings. They're 11-0 overall, 7-0 in the Sun Conference. Today they're home at 11 o'clock against Warner University out there in Hardyville. Go over the bridge, right past the Horse Center. There's the complex there. All right, everybody's been waiting for this. Tonight, Atlanta Braves, okay, take on the Phillies, who knocked them off last year. Okay, we know 6 straight National League title. Philadelphia's always been a thorn in their side. Philadelphia swept the Marlins. Philadelphia pitching is on key. The big question for the Braves is pitching. Are we going to have enough pitching? We know we have the firepower. We know we have the hitters. We know we have the talent 1 through 9. But it's the guy on the mound that's going to be the big difference. Strider's going to go tonight. He's going to take on Suarez, 4-6, 4.18 ERA. Strider comes in, 20 wins, 3.81 strikeout leader. So they got to get this first one under their belt. Then we don't know if Max Fried's going to throw. Then we know Charlie Morton might be back for the Champion Series. We're going to have to go with Bryce Elder, who's going to be thrown in there. It's a 5-game series, so you need at least 3 good pitches, and then hopefully you don't have to get to the last 2 games. All right, so that's today, 6:07 first pitch, Coach's Corner. That's what it's all about. I'm on the TeePee Pavilion, the Braves TeePee Pavilion here at Coach's Corner. It's going to be a packed house here, plus Georgia at 7 o'clock. It's going to be crazy. You want sports? You want that atmosphere? Just come to Coach's Corner. And don't forget, Coach's Corner has the fundraiser every year for Save One of Our Own. Okay, this year, instead of donating money to stay up here overnight, you can go to their digital boards and get your business out there. All right, they've raised $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 over these years. Let's help them out. Okay, come to Coach's Corner, ask for John Henderson. Okay, and he'll help you work out how you can get the advertisements on these LCD projectors. I mean, it's all about helping save one of our own, and that's what John Henderson does. He's involved in the community, okay? And he's raising money for that organization, not for Coach's Corner, all right? NFL, Falcons, teased 2-0, lost the last 2. Detroit and Jacksonville. Last week against Jacksonville wasn't fun watching, okay? Of course, Calvin Ridley comes back and scorches his former team. They play Houston tomorrow in Atlanta, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 1 o'clock. Hopefully it'll be a little better. Okay. Bijan Robinson is the real deal. We just don't know. I mean, we're not giving Ritter a chance at quarterback. I don't know what to tell you, people. Golf, Ryder Cup, not good. We lost to the Europeans 16.5 to 11.5. United States Ryder Cup hasn't won in Europe in 30 years. Brian Harmon, local boy, hold it. Got to respond to those beeps. Honk when you pass by Coach's Corner, okay? It says it right downstairs on the big siding there. Honk if you're rooting for the Braves, okay? Back to Brian Harmon. He held his own, lost one, I think 1-2. So good showing for Brian Harmon from Savannah, Georgia, from Savannah Christian, went to UGA, Okay, went on the professional tour. Now he lives in St. Simon's Island. I almost choked the other day when I saw a reporter from St. Simon's say, and our own Brian Harmon from St. Simon's Island. Give me a break. He's always going to be a Savannian. He's going to always be a Savannah Christian Raider. UGA Bulldog. I don't consider him St. Simon's Island. So that's my point right there. Tim O'Neill on the championship tour, the senior tour. Okay, he's at the Constellation Furyk and Friends tournament in Jacksonville. He's tied for 27th at 1 under. Not a bad showing for his first year on the PGA Champions Tour. Savannah Bananas. What do you want me to tell you? You know, Banana Ball is back. It's bigger and better. All right, in 2024. They announced their schedule Thursday, and I must admit, I'm a Bananas fan. I watched the whole show. 6 major league ballparks they're going to. Okay, all right, Houston. I'm going to leave out the second place they're going. Washington, D.C., Cleveland, Philadelphia, Miami to end it, but they're going to Boston. Jesse Cole, the Boston man himself, the Massachusetts boy, it's a dream come true. Okay? Invented the game. The United States is loving it. They're adding 1,000 more seats at Grayson Stadium. This is a little, you know, they're only playing 23 games at Grayson Stadium. I know we're going to get 1,000 more fans in there, so that's 23,000 fans. But Savannah is home. I think out of the, I didn't count how many games they're playing. Okay, but only 23 at Grayson Stadium. February, they're playing 3 days. March, they're playing 2. April, they're playing 3. May, they're playing 2. They only play 1 game in June in Savannah. Okay, July, 3 games. August, 3 games. September, 3 games. September, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 games. So, and you can't just go buy tickets now. You got to enter the lottery to get the tickets. So we'll go from there. They're adding a new team, the Firefighters, okay, because there's a lot of talent out there. And there's a lot of ball players that want to be part of the Savannah Bananas World Tour. Got to give the man a lot of credit. Great idea. Hold your ears, John. So, Savannah Clovers didn't play last week, COVID-19. They're back tonight at Memorial Stadium. They take on the Chattanooga Football Club. Check it out, 7 o'clock. Go support our Clovers, the only professional soccer team in Savannah. Savannah Falcons are looking for help. They're looking for dedicated football coaches, dedicated front office people, and they've been going strong for 4 years. So check out Savannah Falcons Semi-Pro Football Team on Facebook if you want to be involved. And Soundgarden, once again, last night, packed house, Night Train, the Guns N' Roses tribute band. Welcome to the jungle. It's always a jungle here at Coach's Corner. It's always a jungle. I mean, it's calm right now. It hasn't started yet, but there's a gazillion TVs downstairs. You got a team that you want to watch? Just talk to the people down there. They'll put it on. Big game tonight. The Braves and Georgia against Kentucky. All right. Saturday, October 21st. Don't forget, only one night. It's going to be an evening with Jason and Jared. It's supposed to be really good. I've never seen them, but from what I hear. And then Friday, October 27th. I mean, you want to call a double feature trivia extravaganza. Departure and Back in Black are going to be on the Soundgarden stage. All right, let's see if he can slide in here. Come on, big guy. Slide over. Got a couple of questions for you. I know. I got to move out of this chair. That's going to be the tough part.
On my knee. Hello.
Here he is, the man himself, the man that dreamed of the TeePee Pavilion, the Braves TeePee Pavilion here, Coach John Anderson. So how's everything going?
It's going good.
You feeling better?
Feeling better. Better. About to get rowdy, though.
Well, you got to be ready because it's the Braves and Georgia. It's on the same day, same night.
That's right. We hope for both of them to pull through good wins, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But I got a question for you. John's not just the owner and the manager and the guy who he also knows the sports. I'm worried about the Braves.
Worried about
pitching.
The Braves.
Pitching. Come on, buddy, pitching.
Well, I mean, our stats weren't that bad this year.
I'm not talking about the stats. I'm talking about the injuries at the end of the year. Morton and Freed.
Well, but Freed's going to be all right.
You think he's going to be all right?
I think he's going to be all right.
Okay.
Like Bill Shanks said, if he peed on that finger for the last 2 weeks,
yes, I listened to that whole segment.
He's got to have a big callus by now if he did what Bill said. But no, I think we're going to come through. they're going to bite it, get tough in the end there and fight hard. And I think our bats are really going to hold us up.
Well, it's a payback. It's definitely a payback for what they did to us last year. All right, the OG's watching behind us. So his thoughts with Georgia tonight. Georgia 35, Kentucky 10. And then he says the Phillies 12-0. Braves.
12-0.
Are they playing football?
Are we going to win 12-0?
The Braves are going to win 12-0 tonight.
I like that pick. I like that prediction a lot, and I hope you're right. Matter of fact, that's bold. That's real bold. How about we say like 8-4? I'll be happy with that.
I'll be happy with a win no matter what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, quickly. I know you're on your knee. And
that's right.
All right, you got the LCD boards going out, sponsor boards. Tell them all about Save One of Our Own, what it means to.
Well, this started off as a promotional stunt back in =91, and up until around 2000 or whenever what year was it? Around 99, I don't know. 2000 when the Braves took the break. I'm looking at the pennants to see when it was, and they came back. Well, we turned it into a fundraiser then.
Right.
And so not only was it promotionally involved, we started raising money for Help Save One of Our Own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a foundation that helps people in need in the Savannah community. And it doesn't matter what it is that you need. I mean, mostly medical.
Right.
But like, say somebody needs a wheelchair ramp built, and it's $5,000. They fill out an application. We, go through it, look at it, make sure the need's there, build them. I pay for them to have a ramp built. And in the past, we had a server who needed a whole room built.
Yes.
And it was almost $130,000.
Wow.
And they wrote a check for the whole thing. So this organization is not just from what I raise. It's an all year round fundraiser that Spanky's does. Spanky Southside Pool,
right?
Tabby, and then I've gotten involved with them because of all the help they've done for my staff members, my friends, Randy Davis and
Polk Produce.
Yep. And it's just been really good to be able to do this and have this opportunity with the TeePee and the Braves in the playoffs. So we do have 2 LCD 10-foot screens downstairs that rotate advertising all day long. It's $500 for the whole series. Regardless if the Braves win or lose, we're going to keep it up for the whole month.
Nice.
We're also going to give them thousands and thousands and thousands of hits with what we're about to start up today with our Facebook and our TikToks and all the stuff we're going to do. So we're going to mention our sponsors a lot. So if you want to sponsor, you can call my phone or you can call downstairs to coaches. And we'll take a $10 bill, a $1 bill, a $100 bill.
I think now don't tell you. You're going to tell me I'm 352-2299.
You're close.
Close. What is it?
352-2933.
2933. I was close.
Yeah.
I was close.
We had most of the numbers.
So I'm looking 2005 to 2010. That was the breaking in.
So it was 2010 that we really started turning it more into a fundraiser than just a party.
Nice.
And,
so you got to help. Okay, Save One of Our Own. I mean, it's been going on for a long time, and all the proceeds from the billboards and all that stuff go to the organization, the charity. It doesn't go to Coach's Corner.
Not a dime of it. It's all 5013C tax deductible, and
he's got to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's why really, when we first started with this organization, I was going to raise money for my server. And needed their channels to get the tax write-offs for these people to donate.
Right.
And that's where it all came together. And then, I'm sorry, it was with Randy Davis that happened. And not only did they do what we raised, they tripled it. So, I mean, and we've helped, last year we helped Freddie Thomas. Mm-hmm. And then this year, we don't have anybody specific.
Right.
But we have many people that have applications in. So every time we raise money, we get to help somebody out.
So once again, the billboards are down there. They're LCD. They're going to go 24/7 the whole month. $500 get you on there.
I forgot to mention the Lamar billboard too. We have 5 flips on the Lamar billboard too that have 4 sponsors per flip. So we're rotating you out all over the place so that you get the advertising dollars that you really deserve.
Well, I know you've heard this many a time, not just from me, but from everybody. What you do for the community and the charities is, well deserved to get the reputation that you care about the community. Hey, Savannah Christian boy here, right here. Hey, your team won last night. Big again. They beat Johnson pretty bad.
That's good to hear. I'm sorry I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with any of the teams right now. I've been just so busy trying to get this thing finished that it's kind of imbibed me.
So, and if you go to Facebook, many years ago, he had a Savannah Christian football uniform on.
Yeah. Back way.
Who was your coach?
Doyle Kelly.
Doyle Kelly, the legendary Doyle Kelly.
Yeah, Coach Kelly was my head coach, and Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
Love you, babe.
Yep, he was the defensive coach, and a couple others, Mike Thompson and Bill Grothier. we had a great team. We had one team that one year we went undefeated, which nobody ever recognizes because we weren't playing in the big boy league. They said
you were playing that
SEAIS.
Right, whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, some of those teams in SEAIS would have whipped the crap out of a lot of them teams that said that we weren't playing nobody. But no, we had a great team that year, and had a good time at Savannah Christian, and boy, that school's grown.
It's unbelievable.
It's not a campus anymore.
No.
It's just unbelievable what they've done.
You know, where the baseball field now is the outfield, where the tree is before the Eckberg Center. That was where the home plate was. I mean, the whole thing. And then you go back, you got a football field now with lights. You got a state. Well, you don't have your own stadium yet. They're still going to Pooler.
I think they're going to keep renting that stadium forever since they built that nice one out there in
Pooler.
Yeah, I mean, that was a philosophy that I think they had forever. And to maintain a stadium and make the money that you have to keep that stadium up,
it's a lot.
It's easier to rent than own. It's like a boat. Let's rent the boat instead of owning the boat. You don't have to deal with the problems.
No, you don't. So, but once again, Coach's Corner, help save one of our own. Come by, see John. All right, 352-2933, 2933. I got it. So once again, I got to remember those numbers.
Shop on.
Hey,
yes.
He's already got his mohawk.
Yes.
If they make it to the World Series, I'm going to promise you right now, I'll get a mohawk.
There you go.
I want to be like John. So, all right, let's wrap this up. Lawrence, I hit the 141 mark. Lawrence, you must be happy. I thought you were going to be here today, buddy. Where are you? I was waiting for the professor, the producer.
Do I need to bring the bolt cutters?
He wants to know, John wants to know, does he have to bring the bolt cutters? Bolt cutters if you're listening.
Cut you loose?
So, once again, all right, so I got to go to my 3 videos for the week. Okay, we're going to start off with last Saturday. Down to Auburn. They came back in the second half, but there's no better receiver than Mr. Bowers himself.
Up the throw, and he's got Bowers at the 25. Over the middle, caught by Bowers. Just cradled in his right arm. Carson throws. There's Bowers open at the 26. Breaks away at the 20 to the 10. Angles to the pylon. Touchdown. Brock Bowers. He's had a whale of a second half.
He's him. He is him.
Snap it back to.
And Brock Bowers.
Throw, and he's
play it again. I mean, unbelievable second half. That's why they won. Okay. Big one tonight, Kentucky. Both teams 5-0, both teams 2-0 in the SEC. All right, now this is an old one. Okay, I just got to play this one. I was amazed. Watch this videographer. Watch how he's filming a basketball game, and I think Magic Johnson and Larry Bird are in this video. He's on rollerblades.
In this best of 7, and it's been all Lakers so far, kids. Lakers on the run. Magic, beautiful pass to Nixon.
Magic
showtime, folks. To Cooper, slam dunk, just gorgeous.
Tell me that is not super. Tell me that is not super. Whoever John Luke is, the blade cam, I mean, this is unbelievable. Watch this. I mean, unbelievable. If a cameraman could do that during a sporting event, pretty impressive. And, of course, last night, Bethesda, 7-0, undefeated in region play, okay, took on Carleton Prep. Their first test, they got behind, but they won because of these two guys. Of course, the whole team, not just these two guys, but Tristan Randall, quarterback, to Noah Jenkins. You think he's going to get sacked, but once again, a big touchdown. Here you go. Snap. I thought he was sacked. He goes to the right, goes to the left. You think he's on the ground. He's not. There he is. He gets the ball to Noah Jenkins, and Jenkins does the rest. He yaks. Yards after the catch. Yards after the catch. You got to love it. Bethesda, undefeated this year. Let's see what they can do. Antoine Tarrant does a great job over there. And once again, check out the story. Another pass from Randall for another touchdown. Check out the story Nathan Dominance did for the Prep Sports Report. Keani Schumann taking pictures for me and for BC. Just check it out, okay? These are the highlights from the game. Got to thank Preston Harvey from WJCL. That kid's going to take it all the way to the house. Pretty impressive. So those are my 3 videos for the week. So you got to love it. And once again, the last part, Carl's Corner, Georgia High School. Go hold it. Somebody just beeped. Got to send that horn back to him. National name, image, likeness deals for high school kids now. 30 states have it. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, yeah, I know. As Frank Sulkowski said, we have to keep up with the Joneses, but I don't know. What happened to the purity of high school sports? What happened to where the kids played the game because they loved the game? That's the toughest thing I don't understand. And, does it hurt me? No. Because people are making names off these athletes in college and, of course, the pros, but they're not making it off their names in high schools. But, I mean, Georgia High School felt that they have to go with the other states that are doing it. You can't take do an ad with your school jersey on. You can't use the school name. But, as Frank said, Johnny works down at Dairy Queen. Hey, the star quarterback, Johnny can get, sponsorship from Dairy Queen, and, kids are going to come see him. So I just don't understand, but that's the way it's going. So once again, name, image, likeness, and high school, I think just a little too early. But we've heard kids being recruited in 6th grade, 7th grade. So it doesn't surprise me that this is going on. And once again, Georgia High School State Association passed the ruling. Now we're going to have a private school and a public school champion in the classifications of 3A, 2A, and 1A. They're splitting them up when they get to the playoffs. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I don't know where the schools are going yet because we're waiting for what we call the FTE count, the student enrollment count at each school, and that'll put them in a certain classification. The reason why they change it every 2 years because school enrollments change every 2 years. Kids go from one school to another, so you try to make the playing field fair. So we'll see what happens with that. So on that note, just got to keep on loving high school sports. Hopefully it'll stay the same. Well, it's been a quick show. Once again, got to thank Frank Sulkowski from WJCL, the old guy, the old sportscaster, now the new anchor man. Okay. Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, Athlete of the Week from New Hampstead High School. RaShawn Truell, okay, 2 games, over 900 yards passing, over 8 touchdown throws. And, of course, I got to thank Brad Thompson, the head coach at Effingham County, softball coach that's been doing a great job. Vidalia over 300-something wins. He got his 4th win at Effingham last year. So, as we say every week, there we go, Lawrence. Oh, Q Akins jumping in. What's up, Q? Hope Jay has a good game there at West Georgia. Appreciate you tuning in. So, Q Akins worked with her at Islands High School. Now she's the AD at a middle school, and I can never remember the name of the school. I do apologize, Q. If you're listening, let's plug it. Give me the school you're working at now. Her son, Jay Smith, played at Jenkins. Heck of a football player. Now plays at West Georgia. So, hey, say a prayer for everybody in the Ukraine. Say a prayer for this crazy world in the United States. And like I say every week, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, hit it out of the park. And until I speak to you next week or see you next week, talk to you next week, maybe best week ever. I'm out of here. God bless. Braves win tonight. Georgia wins tonight.